Every disappointment, they say, is a blessing. My name is Ojukwu Abraham, and of course, this is Serious Matters on ONIF TV. When we start from this angle, I sure say you don't know, you don't hear about Father Mbaka, that's very, very vocal priest of the Catholic Church in Enugu. The statement he made with respect to Peter Obi as touching him being very stingy, that he only gives money, he knows the people he gives money to and all of that. And then there have been a lot of insinuations, there have been a lot of oppositions to such statements. A lot of people have come out to say, no, we oppose this is very, very wrong. Why would you make such a statement against Obi? If you are saying he's stingy, then thank you, because you are helping us. If you say he's stingy, then you are getting us to understand that, oh, that means this guy does not share money the way others share money. Maybe you have been expecting that he will even reach out to you, and he didn't reach out to you. I'm just telling you on the plain ground. Please do share your opinions and make them simple and civil as touching this particular matter. Why would you say he is stingy, for crying out loud? Because he didn't share money to the people that you felt he should share money to. And but for crying out loud, which monies are being shared? And that is why I have come to bring Madam Bianca Ojukwu. You remember another woman with one woman like one of our former first ladies. You remember now, even if na no know you don't know say now the wife of Ojukwu na be this, you know now, so she don't talk something, she don't talk say the stinginess of Obi is needed for growth in Nigeria, for sustainability. And then for inside her statement, she tell one short story, and that story I want make we pay attention to. Let's pay attention to this story. Let's see, you know, why maybe these are going to be very good reasons for us to choose or to make our choice come 2023 as touching who will be our leaders. Could it be that some people are sharing money and that is why they are being accepted, and the reason why this guy is being, you know, he keeps having backlashes from different angles is because he's not sharing money. Sorry, yeah. Okay, let me just hold on. Some people done the calling. No calling yet. Yeah. Bianca Ojukwu talk say no apologies. Waiting I want help her tell you now. She said no apologies on Peter Obi's supposed stinginess by Father Mbaka. Peter Obi's supposed stinginess by Father Mbaka. She says sometimes in 2009, Mr. Peter Obi, as referred to, he prefers to be addressed. Mr. Peter Obi, governor of Anambra State at the time, visited Dim Chukwumeka Odumegwe Ojukwu, which of course our husband, and myself at Dallas, Texas. He came to deliver a get well message from Dr. Goodluck Jonathan and was billed to attend a black tie event at the Dallas Marriott. Curiously, he flew into Dallas airport with one small carry-on luggage, which he insisted on wheeling around himself. Of course, we've seen him do that. And on getting to our residence, requested to freshen up. He opened his carry-on filled, with files and paperwork and a few toiletries and extra shirts. When the Ikemba and I asked if he was expecting another item of luggage, and he said no. Then what will you be wearing to the event tonight? He inquired. It was at that point that it struck him that he couldn't show up in his casuals at such a ceremony. I insisted on taking him to the luxury men's emporium at Neiman Marcus to buy a smart black suit. When we got there, he was busy doing the dollar to naira currency, of course, conversions. The suit that was a perfect match for him was a Japa Tom Ford suit with a price tag of $3,985 plus tax. He did the calculations and told me, do you know how many students this amount of money can train in Nigeria? I reminded him that he was the governor as well as the special guest, and for the caliber of guests expected at that evening occasion, including the mayor, senators, and captains of conglomerates, among others. He needed to be dressed in top form. To cut the story short, he refused to pay what he termed as outrageous price for the Tom Ford suit, and that was how he ended up at Steinmart's, where he agreed to pay a more acceptable price of $220. Look at the margin. He saved himself $665 dollars there, tax inclusive, for a basic men's suit which he was happy to wear to that evening's event. What struck me was that as we were on the way to the airport to see him off for his return flight back to Nigeria, he reached for his pocket where he brought out an envelope of crisp dollar bills. The amount on the envelope was $3,800. He said, this is the balance of the money I would have paid for the Ford suit. If the label on the suit was Peter Obi, I am wondering if anybody in America will pay that amount for it. I have deducted the amount we paid for that suit we eventually bought. Please use this balance for your charity foundation to help those in actual need. I trust you will do so. We all laughed heartily. Vintage Peter Obi. Did you get that story? So the eventual beneficiaries of that grace were Madam Teresa Agbo, a yam seller who became penniless and displaced when her yam was gutted by fire. Callistus Igbe, who was bedridden due to illness and needed help with the school fees of his young children, and the Bemena family of 6 who were thrown out of their one-room accommodation, which we subsequently doubled to 2 rooms because their breadwinner fell upon their hard times and could no longer afford the rent. Did you get it? You might need to listen again. I'm not saying we're not just campaigning. We're not campaigning for somebody now. We are only putting everybody on the table so that we'll be able to measure, be able to see, what everybody holds, what everybody weighs. So if somebody comes out and says, I am stingy, and I've told people, if you come out and say, oh, Kule is tough, and interestingly, I have a loving wife, a wife who loves me, children who loves me the way I am. Yes, you might say I'm tough, but I think the problem you have is that you cannot flow with me at the pace at which I move. That's the truth. So the Yorubas have a say, it is where it faces to you that you use to address the matter. If you look at 6 from top to bottom, you see 6, but if you look at it from bottom to top, you see 9. So that's it. Bianca Ojukwu said, in life, you either live by your creeds or you discredit the mold by which the Almighty created you. Any progressive nation measures an individual by his values, not his votes. If this way of life is what is derided as stinginess on the part of Peter Obi, then we all need to adopt this mode for a more sustainable and more humane environment. Bianca Ojukwu said in that place. And so, coming after that is the disowning of the Enugu Catholic Diocese of Father Mbaka's attack on Peter Obi. They have disowned that, and in that report, the Catholic Diocese of Enugu has condemned and dissociated the diocese from the inflammatory political utterances of the Director of Catholic Adoration Ministries Chaplaincy, Reverend Father Camillus Ejike Mbaka, against Peter Obi, presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 general election. The diocese described the vituperation of Father Mbaka against Obi as unbecoming and divisive, which is said breach Canon 220 of the 1983 Code of Canon Law, which prohibits anyone from illegitimately harming the good name of a person. The statement titled Disclaimer, Re-inflammatory Political Utterances by Father Camillus Ejike Mbaka was signed by Very Reverend Wilfred Chidi Agubuchi, Chancellor Secretary, Reverend Father Geoffrey Agugo, Vicar General, and Most Reverend Ernest Ojukwu Obodo, Auxiliary Bishop of Enugu Diocese. The church, however, warned Father Mbaka to refrain from making further provocations, prophecies, or utterances capable of heating the polity. Of course, like I said earlier on, the system is already heated up. I don't see any reason why this is coming from the church. It advised the Catholic faithful to pray for peace during the election and discharge their civic responsibility by getting their PVCs, permanent voters cast PVCs, and casting their votes to elect the right candidate. Like I've always said, it's not enough for you to get your PVC, because I understand some churches don't allow people to enter, their churches because they don't have PVCs, and so people can get PVC. Some schools are already saying that no PVC, no admission or something, things like that are already happening. But then it's not enough for to get PVCs. You should go a step further by making doing your voting the right candidates, casting your votes for the right candidate. The statement, which was addressed to all the people of God and the general public, read that the attention of the Diocesan Bishop, Most Reverend Callistus VC Onaga, and the Catholic Diocese of Enugu has been drawn to the inflammatory political utterance by Father Mbaka, the director of the Catholic Adoration Ministries chaplaincy Enugu, on Wednesday 15th June 2022 during his Wednesday Adoration program. Father Mbaka, during his preaching, attacked the good reputation of Mr. Peter Obi, the Labour Party presidential candidate, describing him as a stingy man and as a joker, contrary to Canon 220 of the 1983 Code of Canon Law, which prohibits anyone from illegitimately harming the good name of a person. He also made fun of Labour Party and vowed that Mr. Obi could not be the president of Nigeria. This is a clear violation of the provision of Canon 287 and 2, which forbids priests from engaging in partisan politics, and I think that is very, very correct. That is needed. Now, the Catholic Diocese is hereby condemned and dissociated himself or herself from such unbecoming and divisive utterances from Father Mbaka, which notifies the general public that Father Mbaka's view on the matter are entirely personal to him and do not represent the position of the Catholic Diocese of the Enugu. In an effort to keep him all united to the body of Christ, we enjoin him to refrain from making further provocations, prophecies, or utterances capable of heating the polity. And so he says, we assure the people of God and the general public that the Catholic Diocese of Enugu is taking the due canonical process. Finally, we urge all the people of God to continue to pray for peace, for a peaceful election, and discharge their civic responsibilities by getting their PVCs and casting their vote for the right candidate. Thank you very much for joining us, and like I said, this is not needed. It wasn't needed. Please do drop your comment. Make it simple and simple. Let's know what you feel. I feel that the first one that we read is more important. Yes, though this one also is very, very important, that the Catholic Diocese have gone against it. They have cut themselves off, dissociated themselves from such a statement. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ojukwu Abraham, and like I would always say, please do help us share our videos with others, and also drop your comment, make them simple and simple. If you have not turned on the notification button, please do that. So please do that, not do that. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again. Bye bye, and have a very wonderful weekend ahead of you. Bye bye.